Well, the prison worker who's accused of helping two killers escape from that maximum security prison, well, she was in court this morning, as the manhunt for those two killers is now in day 10. Prosecutors say Joyce Mitchell, who worked in the tailor shop at the prison, she brought hacksaw blades, chisels, and dangerous contraband into the prison, which was used by those prisoners to escape. So will they catch them, and how much trouble is she in? Joining us to talk about those potential charges are criminal defense attorney Anahita Segagatfar and former prosecutor Anna Young. Anahita, let me start with you. So she allegedly befriended them in the tailor shop. Reports say that when they popped out of the manhole, she was supposed to drive them away, someplace 7 hours away in her Jeep, maybe have them kill her husband, and then live the rest of her life forever, happily ever after in a cabin in Vermont. What was she thinking?
Right. She is in big trouble, Eric. I mean, the DA and even the governor have gone public, and they've made it very clear they are going to punish her to the fullest extent of the law because they want to set an example of her. They want to send the message that if you're a prison employee and you aid and abet a prisoner to escape, you will be punished. You will go to jail. And it's interesting because as of now, she only faces about 7 years in prison, which really doesn't seem like a lot, but we know the investigation is ongoing. It's very possible that she will be charged with additional crimes. And God forbid, if these two men commit any crimes now they're out on the loose, she can certainly be charged as an aider and abetter. So it's just not looking good for this woman at all.
So you're saying, Anna, for example, let's say these two are out there on the run and they tragically, God forbid, someone gets killed, or a police officer, member law enforcement. Can she be charged de facto kind of with conspiracy, a charge or something, because she allegedly helped them escape?
Well, she could. That's right, Eric. She could potentially be charged with conspiracy, but it's really dependent upon the facts and the timing. Because with conspiracy, keep in mind, it's two or more people who intend to commit a crime, and there has to be what's called an overt act, meaning an outward act in furtherance of the crime. So whether she withdraws from the conspiracy or not is really dependent upon whether she communicated that to the co-conspirators and the timing of everything, and whether she really, now keep in mind her defense attorney is going to say that she had nothing to do with that. But if the facts are there, then the prosecution can certainly look at conspiracy for her. And that's something that I wanted to add, is that just because she's facing two crimes right now does not necessarily mean that she's not going to face charges in the future. I wouldn't be surprised if the DA adds additional charges, not only to send a message, but also to put some pressure on her to see if there's any additional information that we can find. Because like you said, we're day 10, and every day that goes by, there's less of a chance of finding these two dangerous men.
You know, talk about more charges, but Anahita, is it possible, for example, that there's something under the law called acting in concert, part of this plan? Could they have, misled her? So she's feeding law enforcement information that may not necessarily be true. As Governor Cuomo said yesterday, they could be anywhere around the neighborhood or in Mexico.
Absolutely, they could have. I mean, these are convicted criminals. They are con artists. They are, by nature, they're manipulative. They're con men. So it's really not uncommon to see situations like this, Eric. I've seen situations where prison guards have gotten pregnant by inmates. There's been romantic relationships between inmates and prison employees. Prison employees oftentimes smuggle in contraband for the prisoners. They bring in cell phones, drugs. And really, these inmates know how to target and groom their victims. They know to pick on the most vulnerable, which is what I think happened in this situation. They compliment them, they tell them they love them, they're going to take care of them, and these women get drawn into their web, and they do basically whatever these men tell them to do. So I would not be surprised if they did mislead her, so that in the event she did go to the police, she wouldn't blow their cover, she wouldn't tell them what was going on. And when you're talking about such an elaborate plan like this...
Anna, very quickly, we're out of time. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, we'll see what happens with her, because she is going to be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. But she's not the victim here. The victim now is the public. It's her choices in helping them that have made the public so afraid to go outside that people are living like prisoners in their own home. So when we're talking about victims here, it's people like all of us at public who are afraid to let our children outside and play until these two men get captured. And who knows where they are and when they will get captured.
Yeah, it is frightening and startling and also so sad. Anahita and Anna, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you, Eric.